Welcome everyone, my name is Lady Alex, and this is Say What with Lady Alex. Today I will be talking to you about a few of my passions and why I created this podcast. Aside from my photography and my many craft projects, my true passions lie with gaining knowledge and sharing it with people to help make a growing and positive community. On today's episode, we get to speak to one of the amazing people who are shaping young minds today. Miss Sandra Ruth Núñez Currier, and she is a Mesa County Library Youth Services Coordinator. She and I sit down and talk about how a smart girl with amazing parents from El Salvador is now transitioning into project manager for Mesa County Library's Youth Services Department. Newly married and working at a job she absolutely adores, we get to hear how it sounds to be charging after the life you always wanted and how utterly happy she truly is. Welcome back to the 27 Studios, everybody. I have an incredible guest with us. She is known from my family as the wonderful story time at the Mesa County Library, Miss Sandra. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. I'm so glad that I get to have you on the show. Okay, so your world is getting a little changed up. Last time I was at Storytime, you broke my heart.
I know.
Well, you are no longer going to be the Storytime teller.
Well, not for the Thursday one because we got on board another gal that she's fantastic. She was working at the Clifton Library and she just has so many great ideas, and I'm kind of mentoring her, and it's good to pass on that type of stuff, and she's gonna do a great job. I'm still gonna be working at Mesa County Library.
Okay,
my office is gonna be in the same spot.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be doing Hora de Cuentos on Wednesday nights at 6:30, which is Spanish story time.
Ooh.
And I'll still be doing the music story time on Fridays at 2 p.m.
Oh, very cool. That's very awesome. So I have been kind of looking into you a little bit now that I've decided, we're going to have you on the show. I have to know something about you. So you're from El Salvador.
Yes, I am.
And then, you moved to Texas when you were in high school?
Yes,
I did. So what prompted that move?
You did your homework.
It's almost like I'm a professional.
So, back in school, well, first of all, both of my parents really value education. They have always taught me, and, to whoever they can empower, that education is going to open any door. I mean, and it's also something that nobody can take away from you. I mean, you can lose your job, you can lose your health, but that education is always going to be part of you. And I've seen that in my life where all these doors open up. So my parents put me in bilingual school in El Salvador.
Okay, to get you going, right?
Get me going with that. And then the last 3 years, you have the option to study abroad where you can work in a sister school.
Okay.
So that's where I moved to Houston.
Very
nice. I had a blast.
Did your whole family move or just you?
No, it was just me.
Just you in high school?
In high school.
Oh, my mommy heart just broke a little bit.
I know.
How was that, living in the big bad American city when you were just in high school?
Oh, first of all, it was super exciting because it was like, okay, I'm gonna be away from my parents and some of my classmates they grew up with.
Oh,
which
cool!
Is funny
Went with you.
Yeah,
it's
funny
awesome
that I have pictures with them from kindergarten.
Oh.
I remember having nap time with my friend Charlie, and I'm like. Now he's a doctor in Texas. We graduated together. And it's like, okay, we have pictures when it was I don't know, some kind of holiday day. And
that is so cool, though.
So that was really empowering. So I felt like I wasn't going alone. But it was scary. But then it was a learning curve, Yeah. I mean, El Salvador, United States, it's still different, but not in the sense that we eat food different and things like that. But just getting to know the culture once you live in, that was
a lot different.
learning curve. And also for me to get humor. I don't really get humor.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that, so that's kind of a new thing for you, huh?
Yeah, you know, I think the last thing you can master in a foreign language is humor.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you never know when you're being serious.
Oh, yeah, or like sarcasm.
Someone was like, are you serious? And my husband says, no. He's just kidding. I'm like, oh, you know, so.
Oh, that's so fun, though, to get to experience all of that.
Experience that, and also how school worked, because I remember the teacher coming to the the classroom, and then going to different, you know, classrooms and, like, seeing the technology, and I don't know, you know, and also living with a host family.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, who are these people? And it was a learning curve, but I sure learned, and, you know, I mean, I did pretty well.
Yeah.
They were always telling me, you always wake up on time. So I feel like I wasn't a problem child to them.
They're probably like, yes,
we
I
still
didn't have to wake you up.
We still talk, so I take that as a yes.
That's very good. And to have those other influences is nice too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what managed to get you to Colorado?
So, I don't know if you know this about me, but I've been playing the violin for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And
like little prodigy kid style? Yeah?
Well, once again, we go back that my parents really value education.
That's awesome.
And, I mean, music, it doesn't matter if you don't, you know, speak the language. You can connect to music. People just dance to music. They communicate, they laugh, they cry, they get angry at music. I always kind of like think the ironic side of music that when a kid is born, they have a party, you know, I mean, music. When you get married, music. Graduation, music. And then when you die, music in the funerals. It's like a constant thing, you know. Yeah. So my parents just really thought, you know, why not? She wants to play the violin. It's just kind of funny because it was in 2001 when we had a huge earthquake in El Salvador.
Oh, okay.
And school was closed because they had to check, you know, make sure that the building was safe and such. And my mom was like, you're just at home and you're just doing nothing. What do we do with you? What do we do with your brother too? So my mom just started asking, and obviously sports wasn't my thing. No. They put me to every single class under the sun, and not my thing. So it's like, Mom, you know, I've seen my music teacher play the violin at school. Could I just do that, take lessons with her? And my mom's like, oh yeah, of course, whatever will keep you busy, you know. And here I am, you know, years
so you
later.
Fell in love with it. That's awesome.
So that's how that happened. And when going back to how I made the move to Grand Junction is that because I wanted to go for music education, so I just applied to a bunch of universities. And honestly, I went to the one that gave me the most money. Yeah. I was like, where's Grand Junction? Yeah. Colorado. I have no idea where Grand Junction is. I know where Denver is. Well, I'm going there. They're giving me a good opportunity. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, because they're investing in you. So that's awesome. That's really cool. So for music, a passion of music, and then I know you've studied at CMU for teaching. Yes. So you are teaching music now?
No, I no longer have my studio. I was teaching first in a middle school, and then I had my studio. Well, I had it during my middle school time. Yeah. And I had my studio where I had a pretty good size of students, private lessons and such. And then, I don't know, I found the world of libraries, and I feel that libraries is the place where all my talents just really, really fit in. Yes. So, you know, the teaching comes handy, the reading comes handy, the talking to kids, all the passion, and, you know, just empowering people. It's just like, this is the place where everything I want to share can, you know.
Well, and if you have that love of knowledge, you know, where best to support that but a library. Yeah. And I know that your husband also works at the library. Is that how you guys met, or did you meet in college?
No, that is a really funny story. So, back in college, I was short from 2 credits from getting another bachelor's. So okay. Why not, you know? Yeah. I'm just going to do it. And I ended up taking a medieval, like, peninsular type thing, Spanish class, which I got a B because it was hard. I was like, I speak Spanish, I'm going to do it. And I was like, this is pretty hard. It's like if you're taking a Shakespeare class.
Oh, man.
Okay, what did I do myself? And I also took a theater makeup class.
Ooh, fun.
So it was Halloween.
Okay.
And we didn't celebrate Halloween in El Salvador. So to me, I was like,
oh, yeah.
It's the one day I can wear costume.
Yes.
And, I'm that
person. Be someone else for a day. Yeah.
I'm that person in college, like, dressed up like a dinosaur. That was my first one. I was like, okay, I thought it would be cute. Now I feel really dark. But, so the day of Halloween, our project was gore, like zombie gore.
Okay.
So I did my eyes, made my hair look really big, did some white highlighting, also, like, did some gore, like, wounds.
Yeah.
I was, like, bleeding out of my neck and my face.
Okay.
And I was, like, all white. And then that night, a friend of ours had a Halloween party at her house.
Okay.
And actually... I went there and with my makeup and my outfit,
Yeah.
And I just talked to my husband for a couple hours, and after that we just kept seeing each other once in a while between, because we have mutual friends back then. And then, one day it was like very talkative to me.
And you're just like, I reeled him in.
Well, I was actually pretty nice. Like, do you need a ride home? Because he was walking. And it's like, yeah, And honestly, he did that because that's what I do. When I see somebody in the street, I give a ride home. But a lot of friends give me a hard time for that. And I'm like, it's not what you think it is. So, and then we just started hanging out, and...
The rest is history, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're married and we have one cat.
Perfect. Oh, man. Don't let it go more than that. You start letting them outnumber you, and then you just want to rip your hair out. Oh, that's so awesome. So what do you see, kind of for your, because you guys are still kind of young, right? Yeah. And you're invested in the library, and you have so many things going on with that. Where do you see yourself for the library? Because you have some new projects, right?
Yeah, I have some new projects. I get to focus more on the creating special programs for kids. So for like the holidays, and also to take consideration that not everybody celebrates holidays. So I want to bring like some neutral, non-traditional programs for those families that, they feel like lost during the holidays, and also bring the holidays in and make sure that our Spanish speaking population or anybody that wants to learn Spanish keeps coming, and we keep alive that Hora de Cuentos Spanish story time, and hopefully develop a good collection of Spanish puppet shows.
Bare Elements Events, creating life's precious memories one element at a time. Everything from planning events, providing talented DJs, or photographers trained to perfectly capture your life's moments. You'll receive personalized mementos you'll cherish a lifetime. For booking information, head on over to Facebook, Instagram, or bareelementsevents.com. Hey podcasters, musicians, or anyone needing a commercial? Have you heard of 2-7 Productions? Steven is a legendary producer with a master's in music production. His vibrant vision creates a bright passion for what he does. His expertise ranges from album production with various artists, Say What with Lady Alex podcast, and many more. Head on over to 2-7 Productions Facebook and Instagram, and let's record! Be sure to like and subscribe and contact us for booking information, or go to bareelementsevents.com. Because I know for me and my family especially, the puppet show is like the best. Yay. We have gone to different cities also across the country and their libraries and their story times, and our puppet show here is just the next level. Nice. Because the turnout is so awesome, the stories connect well to the kids, you guys play really fun games. I think all of that is so great, and it's nice that it's free. Yeah. It's for me, I always did it as like my son, he was struggling socially, so how else to better push him out there without having him in a class, but to go every week to story time.
Nice.
So that's really exciting. When did you start taking over story time? Because I know it was when my daughter, who's going to turn 7 this year, when she was little, it was an older lady who was doing. Yeah.
So Cheryl retired.
Oh,
she left me a legacy of, puppet shows, big shoes to fill, very love for the community.
Yes.
And it was, let's see, May 11, 2017 when I started. That was my first day. Actually, coincidence, I looked at that day today and I was like, that's the day I started. So, I just started with Thursday story times.
Yeah.
And, get involved with puppet shows to make sure Sandra and our branches have puppet shows. And, generations change.
Yeah.
So puppet shows need to be updated.
Yeah.
And, I'm creating, actually, I just finished a new winter puppet show.
Oh, exciting.
Can't tell you the title.
It's a surprise,
It's
guys.
a surprise. You're going to love it. It is synced to some classical music, so it's a very popular ballet. And just finished the puppets.
Yeah. So you make the puppets?
I do make the puppets.
Look at you. Not only talented at knowledge and reading and all the kids stuff, because I'm telling you, you're a saint.
Oh,
but you also make all the little puppets. Do you do like the soundtrack? Because at our puppet show, there is like a whole soundtrack, music. It's incredible.
Sometimes if you hear like a violin or a ukulele, I'm playing that. But then also Adam Lopez, or studio coordinator at 970 on Mesa County Libraries, he just, he brings on the magic.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, so we work really close. He adds the sound effects and he makes sure that we'll have a great time, recording. And we have a great team.
Oh,
and
that is so fun.
all of the voices are Mesa County Libraries
employees.
Yes. The employees are like workers. Employees is a better word. Yeah.
That
sure
is
you
so
that
cool.
Part.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so that is really, unique, and then kids get to, just use their imagination, so, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That's so special, too, and unique to this area, I do say. Mm-hmm. Now, for the story times, I have gotten on the Mesa County Library website a couple times. Do they do the story times at other branches?
Yes, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yes. The Youth Services Department, not only at Central but at branches, we try to focus on our early literacy skills, which is reading, writing, singing, and playing.
Right.
And we just want, to create lifelong library users.
Yeah.
So we need to start them young, just like the saying, and they fall in love with story time, and then they come for their summer reading, and they grow up, and they comes to Kids Club, and then they are teenagers, and they are in the teen programs, and then, after that, they're adults.
I know. Oh, man, that is so crazy.
We want to keep them and just pass on that throughout generations.
That's really exciting, too, because I know for our story time, it is like a toddler family type story time, so the kids are a little bit younger. How do you balance that? Because you're so patient. Like I said before, you're so patient with these wonderful kiddos. Sometimes when it's a packed house, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should record this because this is like one of those blooper shows. It's so fun.
Well, I do make mistakes, and I feel like our audience is very grateful, very honest, and I just feel comfortable with them, and I'm glad they feel comfortable with me. So, I do make myself a fool sometimes out there.
No, not you. I'm talking like the kids when you're like, sit down, and they're like still dancing behind you, and you're just so casual, like reading the story. I'd be over there like, you need to sit down.
Sometimes, I get a little nervous before because, it's time to perform, and that
you're up on stage.
But to be honest, once I'm doing it, it's like I just channel the kids. I just want
to be that energy for them.
They energize me,
actually.
Okay. If I am having a bad day or just not feeling it, when I start story time, it's like, okay, that was just like drinking Gatorade, That was
That's awesome.
Really good. And just to see them grow up and see them, just become who they are,
Yes.
finding their uniqueness. I just love it. Yesterday I had a kid that told me that his favorite color is shiny rainbow. So
Because
like,
that's specific.
I know. Shiny rainbow, no any rainbow. And just seeing them doing that is just I call that a miracle of life.
That is so beautiful. Because it helps so many children. I know my daughter, fell in love with arts and crafts because of it, because after every story time there was like a craft project, and it's just a great place, especially having that little area for the kids to play. If you haven't been to the Mesa County Library, I'm telling you what, you need to stop over there, because they have, like you said, they don't have just programs for just little kids.
Yeah, we have lots of programs for adults. We have the studio. Anybody can use it as long as you take a little like quick crash course, so you know how to use the studio.
Okay, and now the studio, that's new, right? That's newer.
That is a newer thing.
And it's called 97 Studio?
970 West Studio.
Oh, 970 West Studio. Because when I first started doing the podcasting, I had a friend who was like, "Oh, do you do it over at the Mesa County Library?" And I was like, no. Why would I do that? And so you guys, what all is in the studio? You can do recording?
We can do a recording. Sometimes they have like computer classes. They have like Adobe picture editing classes.
Oh, wow.
Kind of more technological stuff in there, like
just to
Photoshop classes.
With free knowledge, gain that free knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
incredible.
Also, local bands can come and record videos, and we upload that into our website.
Oh, really?
And they get 3 professional videos, and, they just give some exposure to the community. And, of course, we have our artist in resident, which their office is in there, and they do programs to the community. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Is that, now, I do know, like, behind that 970 West Studios, there's, like, a garden. Is that part of the library as well?
Yes, the garden. Oh, my goodness. That is one of the most precious projects that we have going on at Mesa County Libraries. Because think about it. Our city market closed, and we're kind of a food desert.
Yeah.
And from what I heard is that it closed because a lot of people were taking things without paying.
Yeah.
And to me, when you take food, it's because you're desperate.
Yeah,
and,
you're hungry.
You're hungry, and, I understand that affects, the store, also affects other things with security, but I just see desperate people. I actually saw a girl one day being stopped, and she just had, probably, some of those Hostess donuts under her shirt, and I'm like, I could have just paid that for you, but I also understand that, the encouragement of asking and all that. So our goal with the garden is a discovery garden. We believe that gardening is actually an activity that anybody can do at any age, and you can just come in, and if we have something ready to be picked, you just grab it and take it home, no questions asked.
Oh, wow, that's so nice.
Yeah, I live in an apartment, so I really enjoy,
being
gardening,
able to garden there.
And there are other families that have little kids, and just get them exposed to that. We're gonna have our trick-or-treating this year over there.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
it's gonna be great.
Yes.
And we're gonna have pumpkins, and also just to give an opportunity for the patrons to learn about irrigation, pollination, and other cool programs,
Yeah.
But the idea, the bones of this project is to help Mesa County Libraries to have food on the table.
Yeah. I love that. And not only just with, being able to supply food for free for people who need it, but to be able to teach agriculture, personally for me, it's something that I would invest in, because it's something that I think is crazy not to be taught, to young people, to have the respect it takes and the time and the patience it takes to actually see the food grow. And then you wouldn't have so much impatience when it comes to food, and you'd actually get to see what it takes to feed a family.
Yeah, and also if we go to the psychological part of it, being outdoors, being active, especially in Colorado, where we get a lot of gloomy type days with the weather, it just takes you out there, we're even looking to do some programs of how to garden during the winter, what to do with your crop when it's snowing or it's going to hail, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So that just helps the mental health part of it. And we have other really cool projects that have to do with mental health and the garden coming up. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, thank you so much, Sandra, for coming in here. I had a pleasure talking to you. I love getting to hear about all the really fun activities coming up with Mesa County Libraries and just what you guys are doing to give back to the community, because that in itself is just incredible.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. And I'm there, Mesa County Library Central Kids Center. And if you guys need help with anything, you just need a book recommendation, that's what I love to do. So come say hi.
Perfect. We totally will come see you. Now, you also are on Facebook.
Yes, I am on Facebook.
And that's just Sandra, Mesa County Libraries. I'm sure if you look that up, you can
do that. Or actually, if you go into the website,
Mesa County Libraries,
you can see a picture when I was a little girl and a little biography about me.
Perfect.
And such.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm really open to communication. So just stop by. Add me on Facebook if you find out what are my other two last names. It's okay. Send me a message. Say like story time, and I'll be like, I got you. So it's so good,
Perfect.
I'm here to help you guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Are you a rock star female of Western Colorado who's constantly working your butt off to achieve your goals? Would you like a chance to tell Lady Alex and your friends about your passions? Big or small accomplishments, I'm calling all awesome moms, bosses, wives, and all-around lady bosses out to be on the new Say What podcast with Lady Alex. Finally stop trying to make yourself smaller and spotlight all your accomplishments that make you a rock star role model of the week. You can apply on Facebook at Bare Elements, subject line podcast opportunities. I know that for me, I could listen to her speak about her life all day. Her energy and excitement for life fills the room, and you can tell by her voice how truly happy she is. All of us can learn so much from Sandra and how she was able to carve out the life she wanted, found the love of her life, and is now pursuing her career. Because when you have a career you love, it's hard not to want to make it the best you can. I cannot wait to see all of the amazing programs that this woman will create for our community. With a passion like hers, her energy will never stop her. I am proud to know her and look forward to all she creates. Be sure to come on back next week where we finally get to hear our exclusive interview from Annalie Cunningham and how she has created a life around movement. She uses her background in dance to help her patients learn to communicate with their bodies to feel better. If you like this podcast and found any value in my words, please like and subscribe, snap a picture and post it to your social media, and don't forget to tag me to get recognition in future episodes. That's a wrap.